Liverpool fans, welcome to a packed Broxbourne Civic Hall. The world of sport may have finished over 20 years ago, but tonight, for one night only, thanks to LDN Wrestling, it returns for Legends Showdown. Mr. TV, John Atkins here tonight as your commentator, and what a show we have got for you. The top stars from the days of the world of sport, plus an LDN British Championship matchup.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, our opening contest is a match set with a 30-minute time limit. That's 6 5-minute rounds with 2 falls, 2 submissions, or a knockout to decide the winner. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first on my left, hailing from Bermondsey in southeast London, will you please welcome the former All-Star British Heavyweight Champion, James Mason.
Great reaction there for James Mason.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's the opponent on my right, hails from Morden in Surrey. He is a former 3-time European middleweight champion superstar, Mel Stewart.
And believe it or not, superstar Mel Stewart is still an active wrestler as well. Indeed, we saw him just weeks ago on LDN Capital TV in a great match against Johnny Kidd.
I'm telling you. Make sure you tell him. He knows you. Right, okay. I'm just make sure you do. Right,
okay. Round 1.
Well, the bell sounds and the action begins here at Legends Showdown tonight. Round 1, 6 5-minute rounds. And it is clear that the fans here at the Broxbourne Civic Hall are solidly behind James Mason. But you know something, I don't think Mel Stewart would have it any other way. As our ring announcer mentioned, Mel Stewart, he has held numerous titles in his career, including the 3-time European Middleweight Championship. But it seems like tonight he might not want anything to do with that. And indeed, he is threatening to make his way home, and that would be a terrible start to tonight's show.
And ladies and gentlemen, superstar Mel Stewart says that if there isn't complete silence in the arena, he's going back to his mansion. So,
well, Mel Stewart is requesting complete silence. I don't think he's going to get it from this crowd. And indeed, James Mason rallying the fans behind him. And Sanders eventually gets back in the ring reluctantly. Well, come on now. Mel Stewart making his ring debut in 1978, still active today in 2007. James Mason, a lot younger than Mel Stewart, but still with a wealth of experience under his belt. Former All-Star champion. He has got international wrestling experience. He has wrestled throughout Europe and even wrestled in the NWA TNA World X Division Championship Cup.
Ask him, referee.
Indeed, James Mason might be young, but he has done it all. And he has got great strength as well. But Mel Sanders taking him down to the mat there nicely, and referee Bobby Stafford is asking for a submission, and Mason says no. And a lovely headstand breakout there. Very nice reversal there from Mason. Mason might be a young guy, but he is well schooled in the art of true British wrestling. A Greco-Roman knuckle lock countered there by Mel Sanders. But Mason looking to overpower him. Sanders is fading fast, and it's a nice reversal. And Mason gets it on nicely. Oh no! Nice forward flip. And Mel Sanders quite taken aback by that move. Mel Sanders looks very perturbed indeed. I think he might have underestimated his opponent here in this contest, and we are still only in the first round. Nice arm drag takedown into a wrist lock, and he is bending those fingers back. And that could well get a submission. A very sensitive area of the body, the fingers. Very painful indeed to have them bent back. And it's to Mason's credit that he is still in this matchup. Well, that was a mistake from Mel Sanders. He laid his hands on the official. And that was a big mistake. And quite frankly, he was very lucky indeed not to get an instant disqualification for that. But I think all three people in the ring right now, referee Bobby Stafford included, know just how big a deal tonight's show is. And I don't think they want to give Mel Sanders the satisfaction. James Mason in very good shape, but a punch to the kidneys there from Mel Sanders cut him off in his prime, and a kick to the midsection for good measure. Whips him across the ring. Oh, and a big clothesline into the throat. And he rolls over for a cover, and Mason kicks out very quickly indeed. And that is the end of round one, and it's neither man scoring a fall in the opening round. But what a round there. We go back to our corners now.
You tell him, pal.
And I think from just the opening round, we have got a good measure of both men here. James Mason, a talented athlete. And oh my. Mel Sanders, a very mouthy, still as mouthy as he was back in the 70s and 80s when he appeared every week on the World of Sport. But it's to James Mason's credit, I don't think he's intimidated. I don't think he is intimidated by Mel Sanders. Oh, a big blow to the midsection, and that was, without question, a closed fist. And unfortunately for James Mason, the referee's back was turned. But now Mel Sanders has got James Mason. Well, he had him in that middle rope, and he was pulling him back. He was pulling him, he had his finger in the nostrils, a finger up the mouth, pulling the ears, a despicable action, and I think Bobby Stafford has had enough. And he is warning Mel Sanders. He said, any more of this and you're gone. Nice fireman's carry pickup there by James Mason. Remarkable strength. And it was Mel Sanders with the eyes. He had his fingers in the eyes. Otherwise, he might have landed out on the cold, hard wooden floor here on the Broxbourne Civic Hall. And Mason goes for it again. And again, a couple of thumbs up the nose. And Mason has got nowhere to go, and he is forced to drop Mel Sanders back to his feet. And again, Mel Sanders using the body of his opponent to shield the referee from what's actually going on. But we've got a great view. And Mel Sanders has been putting fingers up the noses and thumbs in the eyes. And pretty much every illegal tactic you can think of. But James Mason comes off the middle. He's back, flying cross body. There's a cover. 2 and a 3, and he gets it. James Mason scores the first fall in round 2. And what a fall, great athleticism there.
Round 2, first goal of the contest, James Mason.
James Mason scoring the first fall in the second round. He came off that middle turnbuckle with a great flying cross body, and that really caught Mel Sanders off guard. And what a boost here for James Mason.
That's right, Sanders, suck it up. Seconds away, round 3.
Well, that is going to give James Mason so much confidence, but he was cut off straight away. Yet another blow to the eyes from Mel Sanders. And again, the referee did not see it. But again, everyone else in the Broxbourne Civic Hall did. And Mason might have the one full advantage, but he is down on his knees now. And Sanders must be looking surely at his first public warning.
If you ask anybody there if I'm tackling his eye.
But unfortunately, of course, if the referee doesn't see it, he can't call it. Even if every single fan in the building tells him what happened, well, surely he must be able to see that now. But again, great ring positioning from the veteran Mel Sanders. But not now. Straight over to our ring announcer, Steve Litton.
Round 3, superstar Mel Sanders receives his first public warning.
And a deserved public warning for superstar Mel Sanders, who is one fall down in this, the third round. Well, Mel Sanders offering James Mason a handshake now. James Mason might be a lot younger than Mel Sanders, but surely he wasn't born yesterday. Oh, very nice indeed. Very nice indeed. Giving Mel Sanders a taste of his own medicine. He's got him in the corner, whips him across the ring with force, but Sanders out of the way in the nick of time. And James Mason landed shoulder first, I believe, in that middle turnbuckle. And his left arm is hurt. And Mel Sanders sensed that straight away. And he is twisting it now in that top rope. And just yanking that down. And you can see now James Mason, he is holding that left arm against his body. And Mason may well be injured. He's one fall up. But Mel Sanders continuing to work on that left arm. And this contest has really picked up a pace now. I think Mel Sanders knows that he's got a real battle on his hands. He has got to come back from a one full deficit. And he is going to do whatever it takes to win. As he has done for over 30 years in the sport. Well, he came off the top there. Double axe handle. And now Mel Sanders indicating to the fans that it's over. And it may well be. He is right on that left arm. The referee's checking Mel Mason, and he gets an instant submission. But Mel Sanders had his hand on the ropes for extra leverage. And the referee didn't see it. It's going to count. It is going to stand, I'm sure. But that is a real miscarriage of justice for James Mason.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's round 3. It's an equalising submission to superstar Mel Sanders.
And Mel Sanders gets the equaliser there. We're at the midway stage in this contest, but he was using that top rope for extra leverage. The referee, of course, was down and asking James Mason if he wanted to submit. Well, we are going into round 4 now. It's one fall apiece. 3 rounds gone, 3 remaining. And the referee still isn't quite sure what happened at the end of that round. Now the fans really rallying behind James Mason.
Was he cheating?
Well, the referee conferring with our ring announcer, Steve Litton. And just...
Ladies and gentlemen, superstar Mel Sanders.
Give the microphone
Right, the referee.
and let him ask those people
Yeah.
if I was touching
Well, this is highly unorthodox.
These people are inside. Was Mel Sanders touching the ropes? Was Mel Sanders touching the ropes?
Well, the fall's going to stand, but Mel Sanders gets his second and final public warning.
Mel Sanders receives his second and final public warning.
A second and final public warning, but it may have been a worthwhile sacrifice because Sanders was still able to get the equalising fall. Nonetheless, Mason with a handspring elbow into the corner. And now Mason, he has got Mel Sanders staggering. And this would be a great win for James Mason if he can put Mel Sanders away. But Sanders just too quick. Sanders just too quick. And Mason's own youthful exuberance got the better of him on that occasion. And he was just whipped across the ring now. And Mel Sanders says enough is enough. But throughout the contest, he has underestimated James Mason. He has sold him short. And now the referee's forcefully having to stand in to break this. And Mel Sanders now must surely be looking at a disqualification. He has already received 2 public warnings. And James Mason still clutching that left arm by his side. You can see it's hanging limp by his side. He may well have suffered an injury. That would be very unfortunate. Oh, and a nice goal between there. Well, Mason toying with a closed fist. He hesitated too long. Sanders with a cover. And I think he just got a 2 on that occasion. James Mason able to get the shoulder up. And what a great way to kick things off here tonight at Legends Showdown. Mel Sanders, of course, a top star throughout the days of the world of sport. He has wrestled since the 1970s. He has fought Mick McManus and many other stars, but James Mason goes to the outside. James Mason flew over the top rope. And my goodness, I don't know if he'll be able to continue. I do not know if James Mason will be able to continue after that. Well, he is bravely getting back up to his feet. And indeed, bravely, he rolls back in the ring. And I, for one, am so impressed. Well, that is how he beat Johnny Kidd just a few weeks ago on LDN Capital TV. And indeed, Mel Sanders got an instant submission with the maneuver there on James Mason. We go down to ring announcer Steve Litton for the official announcements, but Mel Sanders defeats James Mason 2 falls to 1.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's round 4 by the second submission. The winner of the match, Superstar Mel Sanders.
Superstar Mel Sanders there with the win.
Listen, this time it's for real. This time it's for real. I am never, ever, 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 ever coming here again.
Well, quite frankly, he'd be lucky to be invited. A win for Mel Sanders in the opening contest of Legends Showdown, 2 falls to 1 against James Mason. But what a display by the young James Mason. What a contest. Mason scored the first fall in round 2 with a big flying cross body off the second rope. And James Mason has got nothing to be ashamed of at all. Nothing to be ashamed of at all, unlike superstar Mel Sanders, whose behaviour throughout was quite despicable. exciting matchup indeed. You can see now, making his way to the ring, someone who has been a fixture in LDN for the last 12 months, Brian Goldbelt Maxine. A hugely, hugely respected veteran of the UK wrestling scene. And his opponent here tonight, another man who has also been a regular on Capital TV over the last several months. The 2007 Golden Grappler winner, Johhny Kidd. And this is going to be a very, very good contest indeed, fans. Johhny Kidd, of course, the 2007 Golden Grappler winner. And he was also, prior to the Golden Grappler being revived in 2007 by LDN, he won the last tournament in the mid-90s. And then 10 years later, he went on to win it again in LDN.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest has a 30-minute time limit with 6 5-minute rounds, 2 falls, 2 submissions, or a knockout to decide the winner. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first on my right, he hails from Luton in Bedfordshire. A 29-year pro, trained for the ring by the late, great Ken Joyce. He made 24 World of Sports appearances. Please welcome Johhny Kidd.
Well, a fantastic reception enjoyed there by Johhny Kidd, the 2007 Golden Grappler.
And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, a man who almost needs no introduction. He's held the Lord Mount Evans British Middleweight Championship belt for 25 years. Truly a wrestling legend, Brian Goldbelt Maxine.
Indeed, he has held that welterweight championship for over 25 years and he still holds it today. They don't call him Goldbelt for nothing. This man is a true legend in the wrestling business, a true legend of our sport, and it is our privilege to see him here tonight taking on another fantastic wrestler, Johhny Kidd, and a great handshake to start. 6 5-minute rounds in this bout.
Round 1.
And these two men, of course, are no strangers to one another. As I said, both have been active in LDN for the last 12 months. Brian Maxine made his return in March 2007 when he helped out his fellow World of Sport colleague Steve Gray. Gray was being double-teamed by Stewart and Danny Garnell. And Brian Maxine came out and knocked out Danny Garnell with a wicked right-hand punch, a single blow, still at his age. He has still got that killer right hand, and Johhny Kidd's going to have to be very careful tonight. But these two men know each other very, very well indeed. Johhny Kidd, the younger of the two, but still a bona fide star of the world of sport. In his day, he fought the likes of Mick McManus. He even challenged unsuccessfully Johhny Saint for the World Championship early on in his career. And he defeated two of the top young stars today in Tex Benedict and Yorghos Christopoulos to walk away the 2007 Golden Grappler. So Johhny Kidd can still go. Brian Maxine still very impressive today. And we are very lucky indeed to be seeing them here tonight. It is thanks to LDN. It is thanks to TWC Fight. Fans, I cannot tell you what the atmosphere is like here at the Broxbourne Civic Hall. If you are watching at home or on DVD, when we arrived at the venue earlier this afternoon, fans were queuing up outside over 3 hours before the doors were open to the general public. There's a real buzz in this building, a real hum of anticipation. And it is bouts like this that are the reason why we are seeing some classic technical wrestling, the likes of which you rarely see anymore. We have got fans from all over the world here tonight. We have got Japanese press in the building. Fans from Ireland and Australia have made their way here. And we hope that wherever you are watching it, you're enjoying the show as well. And there we saw it. That was a right hand. Thank goodness for Johhny Kidd, he didn't get it all. But he is still so very powerful. And unbelievable experience there by Brian Goldbelt Maxine. Able to distract the referee while getting those low blows in with his boot. And one has to feel for Johhny Kidd in this situation. A lot of respect between these two competitors. But it seems like Brian Maxine willing to go that extra mile. Willing to bend those rules to his advantage should the need arise. But he might want to stop doing that or he is going to get a public warning. Bobby Stafford was this close. This close to giving Brian Goldbelt Maxine his very first public warning. Mal Sanders received 2 in his match and came within an inch of getting disqualified. Couple of European uppercuts there from Maxine. And he has got Johhny Kidd cowering in the corner. Kidd back up to his feet. But Maxine still very much in control of this one. Nice headlock, it's reversed by Kidd. Kidd now has got that arm locked. And Maxine, expert ring positioning, gets into the ropes and forces the break. And that is the end of the first round. Neither man scoring a pinfall. Both men back to their respective corners. And Johhny Kidd, he has fought all over the world. He has fought throughout Europe. He has fought in America. He is still wrestling today. He has beat them all, young and old.
Round 2.
A big star in the latter days of the world of sport. He has fought Mick McManus in his career. Tonight he is fighting Brian Goldbelt Maxine. He goes down low. Nice single leg takedown. He has got Maxine's legs spread wide apart. Very nicely done. He didn't want to risk a disqualification, but a stomp is perfectly legal. Nonetheless, he has to let Maxine up to his feet. He has got to let Maxine up to his feet. Referee, he is warning both men now. This matchup very close to getting out of hand. But when you've got two competitive stars like Johhny Kidd and Maxine again with the low blows, and again, I'm sure that was a closed fist. That had to be a closed fist. Some surprisingly lenient officiating we are seeing here today. But again, the veteran Maxine using his opponent's body to shield the view of the referee. And now the referee can see he's going back to those European uppercuts, which again are perfectly legal. And Johhny Kidd is staggering. But he catches Maxine, but Maxine uses his own weight against him, and there's a cover. And Maxine scores the first fall in the second round. Oh, and a big close fist. A big close fist in between rounds.
Round 2, the first sport contest, Brian Goldbelt Maxine.
Well, that was despicable behaviour there by Goldbelt Maxine. He had scored the pinfall. Johhny Kidd caught him in midair. But Maxine was able to use his own weight and momentum against him. He got the 1-2-3 over Johhny Kidd. He scored the first fall while the referee was informing our ring announcer.
Seconds out.
Maxine just lamped Johhny Kidd with that big right fist. And I don't think Kidd had a real chance to recover between rounds there. We go into the third round and Johhny Kidd is at a one-fall disadvantage. And this is some show we are seeing, fans. This is some show. A real once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Coming up later, we will see Kendo Nagasaki in the building. Kendo Nagasaki is here, fans. I was here this afternoon when he made his entrance. He was led into the building by a massive entourage, and of course, he had the mysterious mask on his face. He didn't say a word to anybody. He hasn't said a word to anybody all day, as far as I'm aware. He is a man of mystery through and through, and he is just one of the many reasons why the fans have come here tonight. And Kidd has had enough. Johhny Kidd has had enough, and he wants to get his own back on Maxine. He has turned things around. He is one fall down, and he really needs to show an aggressive streak. He needs to do that kind of thing if he wants to take advantage, if he wants to get one back on Brian Maxine. Maxine is already one fall up. Maxine offering out the hand of friendship. And I don't think Johhny Kidd is going to take that in a hurry. Johhny Kidd knows exactly what Maxine is like, and indeed, very wisely, uses the referee to ensure that no foul play ensues. Maxine forces Kidd back into the corner, whips him across the ring, but Kidd catches him. And a nice roll up there from Johhny Kidd out of nowhere. And Kidd scores the equaliser. Very nicely done indeed. Johhny Kidd after going a fall down. Johhny Kidd after going one fall down in round two realised he needed to show a meaner, more aggressive streak here tonight. And he did that, and it paid dividends, because in the next round, in round three, he scored the equaliser. We go into round four. It's one fall apiece. Brian Goldbelt Maxine against Johhny Kidd. One fall apiece in round four. And Maxine coming out of the corner into round four, claiming he's a reformed character. I think we know him a little better than that. He hasn't changed in over 40 years. I don't think he's going to change here tonight at the Broxbourne Civic Hall. Again offering out that handshake, and Johhny Kidd should know better. Well, nonetheless, we get a clean shake. And it's to his credit. It's to the credit of Brian Goldbelt Maxine. A clean handshake. That is what we like to see. Nicely done there by Johhny Kidd, but Maxine gets him back where he wants him. And again, Maxine. Low blows and closed fists aplenty, and the referee must have seen that, and indeed, I believe
Maxine his first public warning.
Maxine finally scoring his first public warning. He has shown scant regard for the rules throughout this contest, but another roll-up from Johhny Kidd, and that could have been all. Could have been all, but Maxine able to get that foot up on the rope. And unbelievable strength being shown here by Brian Maxine. Very, very deceptively strong and incredibly agile for a man of his advanced years. But no surprise to anyone who's been watching him on LDN Capital TV. European uppercut sends Johhny Kidd sprawling to the mat. Kidd doing his utmost to get back to his feet. Big right hand. The referee lets it go. Kidd now stomping on Maxine, and I think Johhny Kidd has had enough. I think Kidd has had enough of the tactics employed by Brian Maxine so far. It's one fall each. Kidd consents victory may be his. He whipped Maxine into the ropes and stomped him hard in the left arm. But a nice takedown there from Maxine, and an instant submission, an instantaneous submission. We are going to get the official decision now. But Maxine has won that one, 2 falls to 1.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's round 4 by 1 fall and 1 submission to a fall. The winner of the match, Brian Goldbelt, Maxine.
And a win here for Brian Goldbelt, Maxine. And a very impressive win at that. But my goodness, Johnny Kidd, he took some punishment in that match, I can tell you. 1 fall apiece going into round 4. But when Brian Goldbelt Maxine caught him coming out of the corner, pulled back that leg, twisted the ankle.
You've just witnessed the greatest champion the world has ever known in action. My ears, little drop of second talent of yours. I am the greatest champion that's ever walked the border of this country. I'm the greatest. Don't you forget it. I am the greatest champion that Britain has ever produced. The longest reigning and the world champion.
Well, factually, that's not entirely inaccurate. But my goodness, he put Johnny Kidd through his paces there. A win here, 2 falls to 1 for Brian Goldbelt Maxine.
Alright, what we're going to do now is we're going to have a Legends Parade and to bring in some of the old wrestling stars that hopefully you'll remember. Will you please welcome to the ring the former Southern Area Champion, Mr. South East England. He's been involved in professional wrestling for some 50 years. Please welcome Frank Reimer.
Well, fans, time now for something a little bit special. Making his way to the ring, the head of the Wrestlers Reunion, a man who has been involved in professional wrestling for longer than many men have been alive, Frank Reimer. This is the Parade of Legends. Let's hand it over to Frank.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, what a fantastic welcome. Thank you very much. Thank you so much, all of you. Well, nice to see you. My name is Frank Reimer, and I have the privilege of being asked to present an award to a very special person, a very dear friend, who's been a friend of mine since the 60s. Before I do that, however, I think it only fitting, and I'm sure you'll agree, that we need to thank the people that have put this fantastic evening on for you. British wrestling in this country has been in the doldrums for a few years, but it's back, and it's better than ever. And the man who's putting his money where his mouth is, his own finance, please give a really, really top welcome from Broxbourne for Mr. Sanjay Bagga of LDN British. Sanjay, please come up in the room.
Sanjay Bagga has done a great job promoting the show. He should be very proud of himself indeed. Very proud.
And while we're in a good mood, ladies and gentlemen, one more thank you. Without the power of television, wrestling would be nothing. And one man who's put it together for us, he brings you the world of sport tapes, he puts these shows on for you, he's here tonight, flown in from Ireland, the one and only Sean. Where are you, Sean?
Sean Herbert, of course, the owner of TWC Fight.
And there's Fiona Fox and the Wrestling Channel staff all here, ladies and gentlemen. Big hello.
And our very own LDN TV host, Fiona Fox.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the legends of wrestling you're enjoying tonight, but there are a few more here. I'd like to introduce them to you. So if I may, without further ado, could I ask the gentlemen to step in the ring?
This is where we give a little something back. Making their way to the ring, some of the top names of the sport from down the ages. They are here tonight to be honoured. And it is only fitting that we, the fans, show our appreciation to them here tonight. Without them, of course, there wouldn't be wrestling here today. And this is a very touching moment indeed.
Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I'd like to introduce to you the former Wolverhampton Wanderers footballer turned international referee, the one and only Mel Mason.
Oh yes, Mel Mason there.
On my right, ladies and gentlemen, the East Anglia former champion, Alan Batt. Need no introduction, great international wrestler, toured over 25 countries, one of the biggest stars we've ever had. We call him Kinky because we love him, Johhny Saint. Over this corner, ladies and gentlemen, from Mayfair, Mr. Elegance, Tony Titch White. Another former welterweight champion turned country and western singer, Mr. Billy LaRue. And I've left the best for last, ladies and gentlemen, because I have the honour of making a special presentation to him. In the wrestling business, you have your household names, which we all love and admire, some of them no longer with us. But in every bout you get an opponent and you also get a third man, the referee. They together make the bouts that you love so much. The wrestlers that make the stars, the men that work so hard with them, are called carpenters in our business, and I'm going to honour one of the finest carpenters we've ever had in this country. This man has been a professional wrestler for 45 years of his life, full-time. He has worked 6 nights a week, sometimes doing 3 bouts a day. He has been to over 20 different countries and been on ITV more times than I care to remember, or he will. Nowadays, he is an actor. He can be seen on EastEnders sometimes as the Tramp. He's in the Vicar of Diddley. Well, we'd all like it. He's even appeared on the Royal Variety Show for Her Majesty the Queen. I've wrestled him many times in the 60s, and I absolutely love him to death. He's one of my dearest friends, and I really want to honour him tonight. Please give the biggest welcome of the night to Pretty Boy himself, Mel Stewart.
And a great ovation there for a genuine legend of the sport.
From the bottom of my heart for the wrestling fraternity and all the wrestlers who found fit to present me with this award. And I'm truly, truly grateful. Thank you very much.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you didn't come here to see all us speaking, so I know you want to go to the wrestling. Thank you very much for allowing us in the ring, and thank you to all of you for coming here tonight and making it such a fabulous evening of wrestling. You've got far more to come, so please enjoy yourselves. Thank you so much.
Well, a very emotional moment there. Very, very touching indeed. A real honour and a privilege to have all of these legends of our fine sport in one ring here tonight at Legends Showdown. This has been a great event so far, and as Frank Reimer rightly said, there is much, much more to come. Well, fans, this is going to be something special now. We have seen some of the legends of the sport. We have seen some of the stars of yesteryear. We have still got many more legends to come. But now a taste of contemporary professional wrestling. The LDN match of the evening. The British Championship is on the line, making his way to the ring. The LDN British Champion, the notorious Jon Ritchie. Jon Ritchie, of course, he has been the LDN champion since the beginning of 2007. He has held on to that belt all year so far, by fair means or foul. Jon Ritchie, a great wrestling veteran, but also a very shady character too. And what is that he is wearing on his head? As I said, Jon Ritchie, he has been the LDN British champion all year so far, from the very start of 2007. From the beginning of season 2 of LDN Capital TV, Ritchie has been the champion. But throughout all that time, there has been one man who has not been far behind, one man who has been nipping at his toes, so to speak, one man who is getting his chance here tonight at Legends Showdown. And that man is Yorghos Christopoulos. Yorghos, arguably the most popular man on the LDN roster today. We have seen him on recent weeks here on LDN Capital TV. He has defeated Ricky Hype. He has beaten Jonathan Hardwick. He has beaten several other top stars. He has never backed down from a challenge. He has never turned away from a fight. He has got fantastic amateur wrestling credentials. He grew up learning the sport at school. He is here in the UK. He has only recently turned professional. He is the 2007 runner-up of the Golden Grapplers tournament. And now tonight he gets a shot at the LDN British Championship belt. And this just might be his night. This is the biggest matchup of Yorghos' professional career to date. And he looks to be absolutely focused.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is for the LDN British Championship and belt. It's a match made over 6 5-minute rounds, 2 falls, 2 submissions, or a knockout to decide the winner. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first, on my left, he is the challenger, heading originally from Athens in Greece. Please welcome Yorghos Christopoulos.
And this is a big night in this youngster's career.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, his opponent from the East End of London. He is the LDN British champion, the notorious Mr. Jon Ritchie.
Jon Ritchie bringing out the fancy headwear for tonight's matchup.
Apparently he's now called Gentleman Jon Ritchie. You will never be a gentleman, ever. Ladies and gentlemen, your third man in the ring for this contest is LDN's premier official from Evervale in South Wales, Chris Roberts.
Referee Chris Roberts, the most experienced referee in LDN. And as a sign of that experience, we saw he was having very stern words with Jon Ritchie during those introductions. Very stern words indeed. He knows exactly what to expect from Jon Ritchie. We can expect some fair and impartial officiating from Chris Roberts here tonight. And we can expect a great bout. 6 rounds, 6 5-minute rounds, 2 pinfalls, 2 submissions, or a knockout will decide the winner. And it will decide the LDN British champion here tonight. Referee checking Jon Ritchie. Ritchie doesn't seem too happy about it, and he is demanding that Yorghos is checked. I can tell you, I know Yorghos very well indeed. And I find it highly unlikely that he would be concealing a hidden object or weapon about his person. I guarantee it. Well, the referee, Chris Roberts, he is going over the rules of the contest. He is making it very clear to both competitors exactly what is, and more importantly, what is not acceptable here tonight. The bell rings, round 1 is underway. And as I was saying during the introductions, this is the biggest night in young Yorghos Christopoulos' career to date. Originally hailing from Athens, Georgia, he has made his home here in LDN over the last year or two. Since turning professional, he has had so much success. He got to the final of the Golden Grapplers tournament. He was taken to the limit by Johnny Kidd. If fortune had gone his way, he may have won the 2007 Golden Grappler tournament. He has got a great amateur background. He has won many high school trophies and competitions and awards. He has not long turned professional, but he looks very comfortable in that ring. And as I said, he has never backed down from a match so far. He has never turned away from a fight.
Championship match. We're going to do this clean, yeah? I want you to shake hands, go back to your corners, we're going to do this properly. Now shake hands. Do it properly. Title match, let's do it properly. Both of you. There you go.
Jon Ritchie, of course, won the belt under very controversial circumstances towards the beginning of 2007. He effectively stole the championship from Tex Benedict. And unfortunately for Benedict, after an exciting series of matches against Ritchie, he was not able to win that belt back. And eventually Ritchie was officially recognized as the champion. Ritchie has had a number of title defenses over this year. He has taken on the likes of Tex Benedict. He has taken on the likes of Ash. And unfortunately for both of them, they have come up on the losing side on each occasion. Often not due to any shortcoming or deficiency on their part, but more due to the type of company kept by the notorious Jon Ritchie. On many occasions, he has been accompanied to the ring by his father, John Hall, and believe you me, John Hall, not shy about involving himself physically in his son's matches. Likewise, Ritchie was accompanied for many months by the 32-stone Humongous. And indeed, in recent weeks, we have seen Ritchie team up with Danny Garnell. So Ritchie more than happy to get others involved in doing his dirty work. But tonight, Ritchie came out to the ring on his own. He is unaccompanied by his father. He has not got a 32-stone man in his corner. The scores are even. It is mano a mano, Jon Ritchie against Yorghos. There will be no outside interference. We have got a top official. It is 6 5-minute rounds, and the best man will win. And this is the matchup of Yorghos' life. And what a great display of strength and athleticism there by the young Greek.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Come on your feet, John.
Jon Ritchie, of course, no slouch himself in the wrestling department. He is a very skilled competitor with a lot of experience under his belt. And one of the things that is so frustrating about Jon Ritchie and his career here in LDN, he has all the tools to get the job done on his own, under his own ability, but he likes to take those shortcuts. He likes to get other people involved, and that's the end of round 1. And that is very fortunate for Yorghos, because he is in a very compromising situation there, very difficult position. But I think it's going to take a lot for Jon Ritchie to get a submission out of Yorghos here tonight. There is a lot at stake for Yorghos. It is the biggest matchup in his career to date. Yorghos has had a great year here so far in 2007 here in LDN. He has teamed with the legendary Brian Goldbelt Maxine recently. He has defeated Hardwick. He has had success in tag team action. He has had plenty of success in singles bouts. He has really proven himself as a top name and a star of the future in LDN. But I know just how much it would mean to him here tonight to wrestle the big gold belt, the LDN British Championship, away from the man who has held it for nearly 12 months, Jon Ritchie. He will never get a better chance than this on a bigger stage. Ritchie unaccompanied. Yorghos is going to have to take that to his advantage. Yorghos doing very nicely indeed. It would be so easy for the youngster to become intimidated or nervous on such a grand setting, in such a prestigious venue, in such a legendary event, Legends Showdown, brought to you by LDN and TWC Fight. But so far he is holding his own very nicely indeed. And he is very close to getting those shoulders down. And I think Jon Ritchie realised just how close he was to being pinned to the mat. And he gets back up to his feet in a hurry. Ritchie now with that armbar. The fingers are locked. He is looking to bend them back. They look for a test of strength. It's a Greco-Roman knuckle lock. Whipped over the ropes. Nice takeover there from Jon Ritchie, and a knee right in that shoulder, just wrenching the elbow joint, twisting the fingers on the arm. And that's the thing about Ritchie, he can hurt you in a lot of ways at once. You don't even know you're being hurt sometimes. He is twisting the fingers back, bending the elbow. He's got a knee in that shoulder. Yorghos may be forced to submit. Yorghos doing his best to bridge out, but you know he must be in an awful lot of pain. There's a cover. And Yorghos again back to that bridge. Exceptional upper body strength displayed there by the Mediterranean sensation Yorghos. Ever popular. This time he gets the feet up, manages to get back up to his feet. Comes off the top turnbuckle. And he flips Jon Ritchie across the ring. He has got a lot of great offensive manoeuvres in his arsenal. And we have seen him compete at the very highest level and defeat some of the big names here in LDN. But of course, Jon Ritchie knows great. Oh my goodness, there's a roll-up. Very nice. And Yorghos has scored the first fall. Yorghos has scored the first fall.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's round two. First one of the contest to the challenger, Yorghos.
And in the second round, Yorghos scoring a big pinfall over the notorious Jon Ritchie. And if this had been a one-fall bout, we would have a new LDN champion right about now. And Jon Ritchie does not look happy about that. And he shouldn't be. Jon Ritchie is going to have to re-evaluate his game plan. Never count him out. Never count a man of his experience out. But he is going to have some thinking to do as we go into the third round. Yorghos is up 1-4, goes for a crossbody. We might see another cover right now. And just a 2 count, but the shoulders are still down, I think. And Yorghos, well, he is clutching his groin area. And I suspect that Jon Ritchie may have got a fist or an elbow up as Yorghos came in for that crossbody. Whether it was accidental or, as I suspect, intentional, we cannot rightly judge. But that one blow to the groin area has just slowed Yorghos right down. He came out of that ring full of confidence, 1 fall up, as well he might do. But a low blow is going to slow anybody down. And that is very unfortunate indeed for Yorghos. This is the biggest match of his life. And he powers out of that cover very nicely. Another 2 count there. Another 2 count there from the notorious Jon Ritchie. And Yorghos down on the mat now. He is in a lot of pain. Ritchie has got that armbar cinched on nicely, whips him across the rope, comes up for a big drop kick. And Yorghos landing hard in the middle of the mat. And that will knock the wind out of you. That will knock the wind out of you. And a kick to the kidneys as well. The referee trying to keep some distance between the two men. Trying to let Yorghos back up to his feet. But they've got to go at it. It's a fight. It's a wrestling match. And Yorghos just sent flying over the top rope. And Ritchie receives a stern warning from Chris Roberts. But I wonder how that is going to affect Yorghos. Yorghos is still down. Struggling now back up to his feet. The referee making that 10 count. And I think wild horses would have to keep Yorghos away from getting back in this ring. But Jon Ritchie showing that he will stoop to any level. He will stoop to any level to hold on to that British Championship belt. He has held it since the very start of 2007.
No, saying no.
And if I know Ritchie like I think I do, he'll be delighted to hold it through to the end of 2008 and beyond. Nice takedown there from Yorghos. That surprised the champion. He nearly scored the second fall. And I really do not think that Jon Ritchie was expecting Yorghos to be quite so quick in this one. Lovely cover there. Very nice pinning situation from Yorghos. And he has got the head scissors. A nice head scissor takedown there on the champion. And now the fans can sense it. The fans can sense that something special might be about to happen. Ritchie with a closed fist. Yorghos whipping him across the ring, meets him in the middle with a flying shoulder barge. But Yorghos is in pain. Yorghos is hurt. The referee is counting Jon Ritchie down. But you can see Yorghos holding on to the side of his body. He landed hard on the floor again that time. I think he may have suffered an injury, maybe to his ribs, maybe to his back. That is the second time in just a couple of minutes that Yorghos has flown over the top rope to the outside of the ring. And aside from the physical pain that is going to cause, it is not going to help his confidence any. It's not going to help his psychological game at all. Limping now, noticeably. The left leg is hurt, and you can see there, Yorghos barely able to stand. Barely able to stand. And Ritchie trying to rake those. I believe he was raking the eyes of Yorghos against the top rope. And the referee just cannot keep up.
Referee gives Jon Ritchie his first public warning.
Well, there you go, public warning for Ritchie. Yorghos goes over the top, caught by Ritchie, and again that left knee. And as I suspected, I think Yorghos is hurt badly. I think Yorghos is hurt very badly indeed. He is holding on to that left knee. He landed hard when he flew to the outside of the ring on the knee. He suffered a blow to it just moments ago. And now barely able to stand. And Ritchie can sense that. Ritchie can sense Yorghos is hurt, and he goes straight for the Boston Crab. And I don't see how Yorghos can't. No, indeed. There is no escape from that. There is no escape from the Boston Crab.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, towards the end of round 3, it's an equalising submission for the champion. Jon Ritchie.
Jon Ritchie levelling the scores there. Yorghos landing hard on the outside of the ring on his left knee. When he came back, Ritchie could sense the injury in his opponent. He worked over that left leg like a master. And again, a cheap shot there in between rounds. A cheap shot, and the referee Roberts coming down hard there. As I was saying, Ritchie spotted the injury, went straight after that left leg, locked on the Boston Crab, and within seconds, Yorghos had no choice. Yorghos had no choice but to submit or suffer a permanent career-ending injury. We are halfway through this matchup. 3 rounds gone, 3 rounds remaining. It's 1 fall apiece. Yorghos with that great roll-up in the second round. Getting the 1-2-3. Jon Ritchie just leveling things up with a big submission with a nice Boston Crab. The scores are level. But in round 4, I think you've got to say that Jon Ritchie is in a better shape than Yorghos. Yorghos favouring his right leg, still noticeably limping. And again, Jon Ritchie just taking out the left leg. Knee to the face. And Ritchie is a master. He is a wrestling master. He knows all the moves, but he knows all the shortcuts as well. Make a wish, Yorghos. Just splitting those legs apart. It's a big night for the Greek, but I cannot imagine he would have been anticipating it would go down like this. Yorghos has looked so good, so dominant in recent months on Capital TV. He really made a name for himself when he got through to the finals of the Golden Grappler Tournament. He took Johnny Kidd to the limit. Since then, he has looked very good indeed, and he has had some great tag team bouts. He has looked very strong in recent week in singles competition, and that is one of the many reasons why. He is almost like a wrestling sponge, a mirror if you like. He can pick things up very quickly indeed. He absorbs knowledge. He works so hard. You can see just by looking at him. He has been training very hard. He has been working out for hours in anticipation of this show, in anticipation of his opportunity to become the champion. And very nicely done indeed. Ritchie basically crouching himself on Yorghos' feet. Yorghos totally within the confines of the law there. And the referee keeping Yorghos away from Jon Ritchie, and Ritchie is bailed to the outside. Ritchie taking a breather, and the referee starts that 10 count. And Jon Ritchie doesn't look like he is in any hurry whatsoever to get back into that ring against Yorghos Christopoulos, the Mediterranean sensation. It is 1 fall apiece. The 4th round of 6. Well, Ritchie's in the ropes and the referee is issuing a standing 10 count. And Ritchie now playing for time, and the referee counting again a lot quicker than this time. Oh no, Yorghos went in to stop things. Yorghos went in to get Ritchie back in the matchup, and he was caught nastily with a big clip to that leg, and a nice European uppercut there from Jon Ritchie. Ritchie goes down low to the midsection, whips his opponent across the ring, meets him in the middle with a drop kick. Ritchie there with a takedown, stomps the eyes of Yorghos. And you can see the difference in philosophy between the two competitors. When Ritchie's down and the referee tries to give him some space, Yorghos happy to wait on the other side of the ring, as we are seeing now. When Yorghos is down on the mat, Ritchie will stomp him in the head, stomp him in the back, boot him in the sides. Oh, Yorghos nicely able to put the brakes on, and this time he hits the drop kick with pinpoint precision. And Ritchie again now on the outside. And again we are seeing Jon Ritchie in the process of being counted out. And the fans now solidly behind Yorghos. Solidly behind the Mediterranean sensation. This prodigious Greek youngster who has wrestled so hard for so long. He has been working all his life for an opportunity like this. And it has finally come on the bigot. Oh, wow! Headstand in the corner. This time Ritchie saw it coming. And he just smacked Yorghos' head into the steel ring post. He just smacked Yorghos hard. The bell rings for the end of the round. And I think Yorghos is out cold. Yorghos is out cold. And the referee, well, the referee's checking on him. That may be the end. That might be the end. Yorghos is getting back up to his knees. But he flew head first. He flew head first into the steel ring post. You can see there on the corner of the ring. And he is dazed. Yorghos is seeing stars now. You can look at his face. He may have suffered a concussion. He certainly can't be thinking straight. We're in the penultimate round now, round 5 of 6.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee issues Jon Ritchie with his second and final public warning.
A second and final public warning for Ritchie, presumably for the closed fists. But that seems to have, it's lit a fire under Yorghos, because Yorghos is fighting back, rolls him through, there's the cover, and he's got it, and we have got a new LDN British champion, we have got a new LDN British champion, Yorghos has got it, he has defeated Jon Ritchie, he has defeated Jon Ritchie. Ritchie held the belt for nearly 1 year, but tonight a Legends Showdown.
And by 2 falls to 1, the new LDN British champion,
Jon Ritchie held that belt for nearly 12 calendar months, but tonight, on the biggest stage of them all, at the Broxbourne Civic Hall, a packed Broxbourne Civic Hall, the biggest show of 2007, Legends Showdown UK. We have got a new LDN British champion, and his name is Yorghos. Unbelievable determination there from Yorghos. He has worked all his life for this opportunity. He has fought long and hard. Fans are dancing in the aisles. This place has gone wild. They are erupting, and Jon Ritchie cannot believe it. Jon Ritchie cannot believe it. This has got to be the proudest night of Yorghos' life. Congratulations to Yorghos, a new LDN British champion. What a match. What a match. 2 falls to 1. A clean handshake, and a dejected Jon Ritchie leaves the ring. No longer the British champion. No longer the main man here in LDN. The torch has well and truly been passed to the Mediterranean sensation. Here tonight at the Legends Showdown, Yorghos Christopoulos has been crowned the new LDN British champion. Match, Kendo Nagasaki versus Lloyd Ryan. And coming out first, on behalf of Lloyd Ryan, this is the music for Wildcat, Robbie Brookside. And here come the team. It's Wildcat, Robbie Brookside. It's Damien Ryan. And of course, the man in the ring talking to the referee, former manager of Kendo Nagasaki, now bitter rival, Lloyd Ryan. A lot of history indeed behind this matchup. It stems back to the Kendo Nagasaki Sword of Excellence tournament that was held on LDN Capital TV earlier in 2007. Robbie Brookside, the rightful victor of the tournament. However, Kendo Nagasaki refused to hand over the sword. Following that matchup, Kendo Nagasaki and his long-standing manager Lloyd Ryan, they have been friends and business partners for over 20 years. They had a big disagreement, a big falling out. And you can see there in the ring, Lloyd Ryan has sided. He has sided with Robbie Brookside. And Kendo Nagasaki has got two wrestlers of his own here tonight to take on Lloyd Ryan's team. And those wrestlers are Blondie Barrett and Jackie Steele. Well, fans, if you are watching this at home on DVD, on TWC Fight, on the Fight Network in Canada, words cannot describe the atmosphere here in this building right now. It is absolutely electric. Making their way to the ring, World of Sport veteran Blondie Barrett and his tag team partner, the youngster Jackie Steele. Now, fans, you might not know too much about Jackie Steele, but let me tell you, he's a wrestler that has been hand-picked by the legendary Kendo Nagasaki himself. And indeed, Nagasaki claims that it is Jackie Steele who is the wrestler that should hold Nagasaki's sword of excellence. It is Jackie Steele that is going to bring wrestling into the future. It is Jackie Steele, the man who is worthy and deserving of being passed down the benefit of Nagasaki's years of experience, the mysterious tricks that he knows, the training, the martial arts, the mysterious arts. And fans, I cannot quite describe it, but the lights, the atmosphere, the noise, the power, the man, the myth, the legend that is Kendo Nagasaki, led to the ring flanked by his entourage. Which includes what I can only imagine must be Atlantis Kronos Goth. Love him or hate him, and he had more than his fair share of enemies in his time. That man right there, Kendo Nagasaki, is a true legend of the sport.
Listen, you all know the story between me and Nagasaki. Nothing more needs to be said. Let the wrestling do the talking. We're the best team in the world here. Trust me. The days are numbered, Nagasaki.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is a special tag.
Welcome, disciples of Kendo Nagasaki.
Oh my goodness.
And the rest of the uninitiated unfortunates. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Atlantis Kronos Goth. Know then that Kendo Nagasaki and I speak as one voice, a voice of spiritual power. Lord Ryan, Robbie Brookside, and their ill-prepared apprentice have, by their own outrageous actions, set in motion forces that will seal their doom. And tonight, all their hopes will swiftly be crushed. Ryan! By daring to mention the Nagasaki ancestors, you have brought yourself to the attention of a realm for which you are not prepared, either spiritually or mentally. You have invoked the wrath of the Nagasaki ancestors, which you will soon feel it in its full force. Which brings me to the ceremony of assault. Those initiated in the ways of this ceremony know that at this time, Kendo Nagasaki is in direct spiritual contact with his ancestors and requires absolute silence from the audience and participants.
Well, finally, we are introduced to the mysterious Atlantis Kronos Goth. And I don't know quite what to make of it.
I have told you once, the ceremony will not take place until we have absolute silence.
Well, the ceremony of the salt is practically a sacred ritual for any Kendo Nagasaki appearance. And it is only right and fitting that we should respect his customs and traditions. That said, I don't think he is going to receive the silence that he requires. The ceremonial salt there being tossed over the corner post to symbolically cleanse and purify the ring. And with the ceremony completed to the satisfaction of Nagasaki, we must surely be ready now for the official ring announcements. We go down now to our ring announcer, Steve Litton.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for tonight's tag team contest. And it is with special match stipulations. The managers, Lloyd Ryan and Kendo Nagasaki, must stay in their seats during the duration of the contest. If they leave their seats, it will count as one disqualification against a member of their respective teams. Ladies and gentlemen, with that in mind, introducing first, on my left, accompanied by their manager, Lloyd Ryan. Will you please welcome Darren Ryan and Liverpool's own Robbie Brookside.
Well, these two are going to make a great team here tonight, representing Lloyd Ryan.
Ladies and gentlemen, their opponents, managed by the legendary Kendo Nagasaki. The team of Johhny Saint and Blondie Barrett. Ladies and gentlemen, this contest has a 30-minute time limit, 2 falls, 2 submissions, 2 knockouts, or 2 disqualifications to decide the winners. Referee says a red card is a disqualification.
Well, fans, this is going to be an explosive tag team bout. Make no mistake about that. And it is very clear that despite the legendary status of Kendo Nagasaki, the fans very solidly behind his former manager, Lloyd Ryan, and the team that he has put together for the bout, Robbie Brookside, and his own son, Damian James Ryan. The bell rings and this contest now underway, and the stipulation laid out very clearly indeed by our ring announcer. Both Lloyd Ryan and Kendo Nagasaki, the managers of their respective teams, must remain seated for the entirety of the bout. If referee Mel Mason catches either man out of their seat, then their respective team will receive 1 disqualification. And as we heard already, the rules of this matchup, 2 pinfalls, 2 submissions, or 2 disqualifications will decide the winning team. Starting out of the ring, the 2 veterans in the bout, Robbie Brookside, the Liverpool lad, and Blondie Barrett, the fellow World of Sport star. So much history in this bout, so much history in this matchup. 2 of the top stars from the days of the World of Sport, and 2 stars of the future in Damian Ryan and Jackie Steele. Robbie Brookside, of course, a big international star. He has been wrestling for many years indeed. He has teamed with the likes of William Regal. He has defeated Chris Jericho. He has wrestled for WCW. He has wrestled this year for the WWE. He has toured Germany and Europe extensively. He has been to Japan on numerous occasions. Indeed, Wildcat Robbie Brookside is arguably one of the most accomplished UK wrestlers still wrestling in England today. However, some would say that Brookside still, nearly 20 years on, still has not got over an incident early in his career when during a tag team matchup, Kendo Nagasaki placed his hand over the forehead of Robbie Brookside and hypnotized him into a stupor. Some say that Robbie Brookside hasn't been the same since, and we saw Kendo Nagasaki pull a similar stunt during the final of the Sword of Excellence tournament against Filthy Phil Powers, and Powers certainly hasn't been the same since. Indeed, we believe that Powers consulted top hypnotist Paul McKenna for advice.
Up to you. With you.
And indeed, Kendo Nagasaki's tag team partner on that fateful occasion was none other than Blondie Barrett, a regular tag team partner of Nagasaki during the days of the World of Sport. And Robbie Brookside's tag team partner, believe it or not, was Steven Regal, the man who had gone to become William Regal in the WWE. So a very historical encounter and a lot of history behind this matchup as well. However, let's take a look now at their tag team partners. Brookside currently working over Jackie Steele, and Steele is a young man who I believe has been trained largely by Blondie Barrett. However, it is Nagasaki who believes that Steele could very well be the future of this sport. Nagasaki set the Sword of Excellence tournament underway to find a wrestler to pass on his special skills and mysteries to. And I do not believe Jackie Steele entered into it. But it was Brookside who won it, but I think that Nagasaki would dearly love to pass that sword on to Jackie Steele. However, as we all know, Robbie Brookside won that tournament, and Nagasaki refused to hand over the sword. Brookside later interrupted a book signing of Nagasaki's and upturned his merchandise table. And Brookside was said to be furious. On that occasion, Nagasaki and Lloyd Ryan left the building together.
Come on! Ask him.
But in private, they have had very, very harsh words with one another. And it led to the ending of a 20-year plus business relationship. And it led to the situation that we see right here today. Former manager and wrestler, former good friends and business partners, Lloyd Ryan and Kendo Nagasaki, now sworn enemies and bitter rivals, sitting on opposite sides of the ring as their two chosen men wrestle in this hard-hitting tag team encounter. Now fans, Robbie Brookside's tag partner is none other than Damian Ryan, Damian James Ryan, the son of Lloyd Ryan. Now obviously Lloyd Ryan is going to be a little bit biased, but if Lloyd Ryan says that Damian Ryan is a good wrestler, I am inclined to believe him. Lloyd Ryan led Kendo Nagasaki to numerous victories over the last 20 or so years. And believe me, Lloyd Ryan knows talent when he sees it. And let us not forget, of course, Damian Ryan has grown up around the sport. For a long time, he was a part of Kendo Nagasaki's famous entourage. He has been a corner man for many of Nagasaki's matches. I wouldn't hesitate to suggest that he may well have been trained by Nagasaki. He has received the benefit of Lloyd Ryan's many, many years of managerial experience. Damian Ryan might not have much in-ring experience himself, but my goodness, what an upbringing. What an enviable upbringing he has. And of course, he has got a great tag team partner in the legendary Wildcat Robbie Brookside. Brookside now taking down Blondie Barrett. Snaps that leg right back. And Barrett hobbles back to his corner. And is he looking for a tag? Well, no, he doesn't get a tag. But he gets some words of encouragement from his tag team partner, Jackie Steele. Johhny Saint, the man hand-picked by Kendo Nagasaki as the very future of this sport. A blind tag made there to Steele. Brookside didn't see it, but he must have sensed it because he broke the hold immediately to prepare himself for the entrance in the ring of Johhny Saint. And that is the mark of a true, experienced professional. He could have held on to that submission maneuver for a couple of extra seconds, but he wanted to be ready. He didn't want to give his opponent an advantage. He didn't want to be blindsided. Nice collar and elbow tie up there in the center of the ring. Knee to the midsection there from Brookside. Snapmare takedown. He's lining it up. Former professional footballer, there it is! The penalty kick! Goal, Lazio! One more time! Well, the fans showed that they want more. And I think the only person in the building who doesn't is Johhny Saint. Beautiful suplex. Steele back in the middle of that ring. Robbie Brookside's own father is a professional footballer. Brookside himself could well have been a professional footballer. He had trials for some top clubs. But in the end, he decided that wrestling was the sport that he truly loved. And he has made a very comfortable living out of it indeed. Wrestling throughout the world, employing skills such as that. And Brookside finds himself in the wrong side of the ring there. And Barrett there, as the hold is being broken by the referee. Barrett is laying in lefts and rights of his own on the outside. Damian Ryan protesting his case. And now he can't see the double teaming going on. Mel Mason doing a great job. He's a respected official and veteran of the sport. But in tag team wrestling with 4 volatile, well, really 6 volatile characters at ringside, there's only so much that one man with 2 eyes can do. Nice single back body drop there by Robbie Brookside. And the veteran Barrett lands hard. And the fans chanting for more. Barrett backing off into the corner, literally cowering away. But it was just mind games. Mind games from Barrett, the Northampton native. As he got a cheap shot to the midsection and a big blow there to the side. Well, Mel Mason trying to break this up. And again, Mason got his hands full with Barrett. And Damian Ryan on the outside, he is costing his team more than, he is causing his team more harm than he is doing good. And not only is Robbie Brookside suffering a vicious double team assault, but Damian Ryan is very close to receiving a public warning for his team. Nice side suplex there from Robbie Brookside. The tag is made, Blondie Barrett comes in. And fans, I don't think I'm mistaken if I'm saying that the team of Blondie Barrett and Johhny Saint have made regular back and forth tags, whereas to the best of my recollection, Wildcat Robbie Brookside has wrestled the entirety of this contest for his team. And we are yet to see Damian Ryan in the ring, at least in any legal capacity so far. And that is unfortunate for Robbie Brookside, because he is certainly looking the worst for wear. Several minutes into this contest. Remarkable strength there from the veteran Blondie Barrett. A modified backbreaker. Brookside able to escape the hold. And he gives Johhny Saint what for on the outside. And Johhny Saint gets hit by his own partner. It's a roll-up from Brookside. 2 and a 3. Now Mason gets to 3. And my goodness, some miscommunication there between Blondie Barrett and Johhny Saint.
Ladies and gentlemen, the first part of the contest for the team of Damian Ryan and Robbie Brookside.
Miscommunication between Barrett and Saint. And seconds later, after a roll-up from Brookside, Kendo Nagasaki's team go down by 1 fall. And Lloyd Ryan's team take charge now. 2 falls will decide the winner. Team Ryan already now 1 fall up. And strangely, Robbie Brookside decides to continue wrestling the matchup for his team. I would have thought he would have used that as an opportunity to tag in his partner. Brookside clearly has got something to prove to Kendo Nagasaki here tonight. And maybe he's got something to prove to himself. Very nicely done there by Brookside. He knew exactly what was coming, and he wasn't going to fall for that for a second. European uppercut from Brookside. And now we see the tag in. In comes Damian Ryan for the first time. Brookside and Ryan whip Barrett across the ring. He ducks a clothesline. They duck a pair of clotheslines. Kick to the midsection. And a double bulldog there from Brookside and Ryan. And another one. And Jackie Steele goes down in the middle of the ring. Referee Mel Mason gets Brookside out of the ring finally. And Damian Ryan doing very nicely indeed so far against Blondie Barrett with a beautiful drop kick. But a big left from Barrett slows down the young Damian Ryan. Ryan fights back with a right hand of his own. Whips his opponent across the ring, hits him with a hard clothesline. And Ryan signaling that he wants to go up top. And I don't know in how weak a state Blondie Barrett is, but he's already back to his feet. And he ducks the crossbody from Damian Ryan. And Ryan goes flying across the ring, landing hard in the canvas. He nearly flew all the way into the turnbuckles at the other side of the ring there. That was a mistake there from the youngster Damian Ryan. He got so carried away by the big match nature of it all. Who can blame him? It really is a fantastic show we are watching here tonight. Another tag made there by Barrett and Steele. In comes Steele, picks up his opponent, slams him down on the mat, goes for the cover. 1. Just a 1 count there from Mel Mason, the respected official in this bout. But let us not forget, it is Brookside and Ryan who have got the 1 fall advantage so far in this matchup. It is Lloyd Ryan's team that are ahead by 1 fall to 0. Another quick tag there from Steele and Barrett. And again, I think we have only seen 1 tag in the entirety of the matchup between Brookside and Ryan. And Ryan now taking a real pounding from Blondie Barrett. Barrett, a respected veteran in the British wrestling scene. Nonetheless, proving that he is not above taking shortcuts. He's happy to get that double team maneuver wherever he can. He is happy to illegally choke out his opponent when the referee's back is turned. Come on, Mel Mason, you have to turn around. And now the legal tag is made, but the damage has been done to Damian Ryan. Placed in an abdominal stretch and a closed fist there by Jackie Steele to the ribs of Ryan. And this contest is falling apart. Here's a cover, the hook of the leg. 1, 2, just a 2 count on that occasion. Damian Ryan certainly showing a lot of determination for one of his age. And fans, what a show we have got for you. What a show we have seen so far. We have already seen Brian Goldbelt Maxine in action. Mal Sanders in action. James Mason has been here. We have had a new LDN British champion crowned, but now we are seeing a fantastic tag team action. Kendo Nagasaki versus Lloyd Ryan, a tag team grudge match. And what a matchup. Feelings are running high in this building. And Brookside again letting his temper get the better of him. When will he learn it is costing his partner Damian Ryan? The action has spilled to the outside, and now Lloyd Ryan is out of his seat in full view of Mel Mason. And Damian Ryan, his son, is taking a pounding on the outside of the ring. And Kendo Nagasaki and Kronos Goth. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Kronos Goth Kronos just threw an explosion at Robbie Brookside, and Nagasaki threw salt in his eyes. And fans, this matchup is absolutely out of control. Atlantis Kronos just shot fire out of his or her hand. And then Nagasaki literally throwing salt into the wound, salt into the eyes of Robbie Brookside. Meanwhile, Mel Mason distracted.
Come on, everyone! I want to see what's happened!
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee says that because Lloyd Ryan left his seat, he's issued a team equalising fall to the team of Jackie Steele and Blondie Barrett.
Well, the referee can only call what he sees, but that is a devastatingly bad call there from Mel Mason. Yes, Lloyd Ryan was out of his seat, but Nagasaki also got out of his seat. He threw salt in the face of Brookside. Phil Powers has come to help him out, and those two certainly haven't always seen eye to eye. But when it comes to Kendo Nagasaki, they agree on one thing. And so an equalising disqualification fall goes to Nagasaki's team. And Brookside, I think, is seriously injured on the outside. It's left Damian Ryan on his own in the ring against Blondie Barrett and Jackie Steele. And in the far corner of the hall, Brookside, I think, is receiving medical attention. A flame was just shot in his face and salt literally thrown in the wounds. And now Damian Ryan receiving a double team maneuver there from Barrett and Steele. And these two are a very effective tag team unit indeed. As I said, I believe Jackie Steele has been trained by Blondie Barrett. Barrett now with a short clothesline into the corner, and Brookside is in trouble. Lloyd Ryan checking on his charge, but I think he's out of this matchup. We are getting some serious help back in the ring. A double suplex there on Damian Ryan. It's 1 fall apiece thanks to the disqualification awarded to Kendo Nagasaki due to Lloyd Ryan being out of his seat. This is the deciding fall of the contest. But who knew it would end this way? Who knew things would come down like this? Brookside is being given medical attention in the far corner of the hall. Meanwhile, in the ring, Jackie Steele comes off the turnbuckle, plants an elbow right into the heart of Damian Ryan. Barrett whips him across the ring. And this youngster doesn't stand a chance in this 2-on-1 situation. He's got a Boston Crab on. Barrett with the Boston Crab. Damian Ryan, he has to submit, but he's very close to the ropes. He is very close to the rope. Will he submit? Can he reach the rope? He's tapping. He's given up. Damian Ryan has given up. And Blondie Barrett and Jackie Steele have won the matchup for Kendo Nagasaki's team in a frightening display.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee's decision, the winners of the match, Jackie Steele and Blondie Barrett.
Well, Kendo Nagasaki's team scoring the victory there. But I am very concerned about Robbie Brookside. I am very concerned indeed. That freak, that monster, Atlantis Kronos shot fire into the face of Brookside. And then Kendo Nagasaki threw his mysterious salt into his face. Phil Powers came out to help him out, and I think Brookside now is making his way back into the ring. But unfortunately for Damian Ryan,
You've injured this man. This man should be in hospital. My son as well. I'm sick to death of you. You get in this ring, mate.
harsh words there from Lloyd Ryan. I have never seen him so animated. I have never seen him so animated.
There's been people here tonight. I'm sorry I can't walk in, but my right eye is hanging out at the moment. Look, I know what's going on around here. A Legends night. It should be a tribute to the British wrestling business. Not that cowboy Nagasaki throwing his salt and having his clean and filled my mates coming in with firecrackers and everything else. Nagasaki! I better watch my language here because I know there's children. But please forgive me when I call Nagasaki the biggest shitbag on 2 legs.
Harsh words there from Robbie Brookside, but totally justified in my opinion. And they have brought Nagasaki back out into the arena. And we may well see a confrontation now.
This match tonight was all down to myself, and I know he's here. I know he's just whacked me out of his shirt. Phil Powers and Robbie Brookside wrestled with his so-called sword of excellence. I'm sure Phil will agree. Sword of bullshit. And listen. I don't want a sword. I don't want nothing else more out of this job than kicking Nagasaki's ass back to his stinky home. On Sunday.
Well, a hugely emotional Robbie Brookside there. This has been a night of high emotions all round. Start to finish.
This result was easy to predict. They were easy opponents. Unfortunately, Nagasaki will crush all opposition.
Well, an emotional Lloyd Ryan now. At a loss for words. And who can blame him? How hard is it to watch your own son take a beating?
Turn round, please. Or somebody I'm calling you for the first time in 17 years a coward! You get inside this ring, you left your dirty work to somebody else. You didn't win this match. You know you didn't win it.
Well, fans, we have seen so much. We have seen so much action here tonight at Legends Showdown. It has been an absolutely unforgettable night for any fan of British wrestling. We hope you have enjoyed it as much as we've enjoyed it here in the building. And there is still one more match of to come, tonight's main event. Making his way to the ring right now, the legendary Johhny Saint. When you talk about wrestling legends, about household names, about stars of the sport, really one man's name always comes to mind, and that has to be Johhny Saint. Saint here tonight, as our ring announcer mentions, making his first wrestling appearance for over 10 years. He retired in 1996. His last match was in the Sumo Palace in Tokyo, Japan.
We've got a presentation to make to Johhny Saint. He's a wrestling journalist from Tokyo, Japan. It's Shui. Please welcome him as he comes into the ring.
Well, there you go, fans. As I was just saying, Johhny Saint's last professional match took place in the Sumo Palace in Tokyo, Japan, and tonight he is being honoured here by the Japanese press. And that is very fitting and indeed very touching indeed. And I am sure Johhny Saint heartily appreciates that gesture.
All ready to come. Okay, let's go to the ring now, please.
And now his opponent, well, fans, we were informed earlier this evening, unfortunately, Steve Gray has been having some serious back issues in recent weeks. He has done all he can to get back into ring shape, but unfortunately he is not fit enough to compete here tonight. However, his personal friend and professional rival, Johhny Kidd, has very, very kindly indeed stepped up to the plate here tonight to take his place. And in return for that, Steve Gray is, I believe, going to act as his corner man for what should be a very special contest indeed.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, this is a very, very special catchweight contest over a 30-minute time limit with 6 5-minute rounds, 2 falls, 2 submissions, or a knockout to decide the winner. Introducing on my left, you know he should have been in this contest. Unfortunately, of course, he couldn't because of his back. Will you please welcome the former British welterweight champion, the former British, European and world lightweight champion, Kendo Steve Gray.
A great reception for Steve Gray, and this is very emotional for him because he would dearly love to be in the ring here tonight wrestling against Johhny Saint.
It's a great pleasure once again to introduce from Luton in Bedfordshire, one of the great technicians of his era. Please welcome Johhny Kidd.
Johhny Kidd lost earlier this evening to Brian Goldbelt Maxine.
And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent on my right, stepping back into a wrestling ring for the first time since he retired in Tokyo, Japan in 1996. He is truly the man of 1,000 holds. He was the former British, European and 10-time lightweight champion of the world. Now from Rhyl in North Wales, please welcome one of the great stars of British professional wrestling, Johhny Saint.
Johhny Saint, indeed a legend, making his first in-ring appearance here tonight since 1996. And a note of interest for you wrestling historians out there, he held the world lightweight title from 1976 for 20 years, right up until his retirement in 1996, where he returned the belt undefeated. He retired in the late 90s, but he is making his in-ring return here tonight at Legends Showdown in front of a sold-out Broxbourne Civic Hall, a very prestigious venue for fans of British wrestling, and it is packed here tonight. 6 5-minute rounds, 2 pinfalls, 2 submissions or a knockout. The bell rings, round 1 is underway. And 2 true legends of the sport. We would have loved to have seen Steve Gray. Steve Gray would have loved to have been in this matchup here tonight, but it just wasn't meant to be. But his personal friend and professional rival, Johhny Kidd, very kindly agreed to step up to the plate, to stand in for Gray at the last possible moment. Kidd, let us not forget, has already wrestled here this evening. He was defeated by Brian Goldbelt Maxine. But this is a great opportunity for Johhny Kidd as well. Kidd has accomplished so many things. He has accomplished so much in his legendary career. But believe it or not, he has actually never defeated Johhny Saint. And I am sure he would dearly love to do so.
Johhny? No. No.
And we are seeing 2 great exponents of the sport of British wrestling in action right here tonight. Johhny Saint, a man so legendary in the sport. He has influenced many top stars today, not just in the UK, but abroad as well. Many of the top American wrestlers grew up watching tapes of Johhny Saint on the World of Sport. They implement his original maneuvers into their arsenals today. Johhny Saint was a mainstream celebrity. He was a top star, a household name. And just look at that. absolutely flawless execution. Silky smooth, if you will. And Johhny Kidd, good as he is, just might be outmatched in this one. But we will see, because Johhny Kidd has still been active over the last 10 years. And this is Johhny Saint's first match back in over a decade, and it looks like he has not missed a step. Snapmare takedown there from Kidd. Looking for the roll through, and he did not know where Johhny Saint went there. He didn't know where he'd gone. And again, Johhny Saint is just so quick, you've got to keep an eye on him at all times. That was what made him famous. Held the world lightweight title for over 20 years, undefeated. Two-time European lightweight champion, one-time British lightweight champion, 10-time world lightweight champion. Hugely underrated in the USA, but a household name in the United Kingdom. And Johhny Kidd appears to have him locked up. But the Johhny Saint headstand, very nice indeed. We've seen many people imitate that, but it was Johhny Saint who originated the move. Oh, very nice. Very nice there indeed. Some good displays of sportsmanship by these two stars. Kidd went for the fake handshake, and Johhny Saint was one step ahead of him. But you can see the smile on both men's faces. They are enjoying the pure competition of this. This is the sport of wrestling at its very best. Johhny Saint, the man of 1,000 holds. And we have already seen a good 100 or so of them here tonight. But don't count Johhny Kidd out either. As I mentioned, he is the 2007 Golden Grappler. Well, there it is, the end of round one. A nice clean handshake. And Johhny Saint looks like he is having a great time here tonight. Saint really enjoying himself. He was famed for his flawless execution and original maneuvers. He invented holds and counter holds, the likes of which have never been seen since. And I'm sure we're going to see a few of them here tonight. Johhny Kidd looking for that abdominal stretch. Can't quite get it on. Now he does. Now he does. And how will Saint's body hold up? Saint says he doesn't want to submit just yet. He's trying to reach down to that ankle, trying to force Kidd to break the hold. If anyone can get out of this maneuver, it's Johhny Saint. And he does, finally. Spinning around a few times and causing Johhny Kidd to lose his balance. Kidd now with the leg scissors. How's Saint going to get out of this one? Bending the ankle back, that's how. And he's already got Johhny Kidd tied up in knots. Saint will come at you from any angle he can. Nice turnabout there from Johhny Kidd, a good leapfrog. And a roll-up, and Kidd saw that one coming. And Johhny Kidd scores the first fall. Kidd scores the first fall over Johhny Saint. And I don't think Johhny Kidd will mind me saying, up until that point, Johhny Saint was out-wrestling him. Saint was out-wrestling Johhny Kidd, but Johhny Kidd, from nowhere, gets the first pinfall in round two. And this is such an enjoyable contest. Both men with big smiles on their faces, but the bell rings and they are all business. They are just enjoying the pure competitive aspect of the sport. Unique offense on display here by Johhny Saint.
He's down. One.
And Kid just can't keep him down again. Kid just doesn't know what to do to keep the man down. And Johhny Saint absolutely exemplifies something I have always said about wrestling. It doesn't matter how big you are or how strong you are. If you are a good enough wrestler, if you are a good enough technical wrestler, if you know the right holds, if you can apply them properly, you can beat anybody on any given night. And that is why a relatively small man like Johhny Saint has achieved so much success. So much success in his career. He made his debut in June 1958. That is right, fans, 1958. Wrestling now for nearly 40 years. And incredible flexibility there. And Johnny Kidd, you've got to laugh because Johnny Kidd just doesn't know what to do. And how could he? He is being tied up in knots. His left leg absolutely tied up in knots. May get a submission. Saint cinches it in a little tighter. Kidd forces the break. And now Kidd with a nice reversal of his own. Kidd looking to roll him back. And Johnny Kidd, who has himself been a star for the better part of 30 years, would himself claim that Johhny Saint was a huge influence on his career. And this is a great opportunity for him. Just on a purely personal level, to wrestle and meet one of your heroes, like he's doing now. He fought Johhny Saint early on in his career, unsuccessfully in a matchup for the World Championship. Indeed, he's also fought legends such as Mick McManus. But he would dearly love to score a tick in the W column against Johhny Saint. And believe it or not, he is one full up already, so it might well happen here tonight. We have seen stranger things happen already here tonight at Legends Showdown. We have seen a new LDN British champion crowned. Congratulations once again to Yorghos Christopoulos for the match of his life, defeating the notorious Jon Ritchie. We have seen Brian Goldbelt Maxine defeat Johnny Kidd of all people already. Kidd now landing hard on the outside of the ring. Back up to his feet and in the ring already. He doesn't want to waste a second of this matchup, but he's out again. Kidd is out again. This time a little slower getting back, but still desperate to get back into the matchup, and Johhny Saint respects that hugely. And now Johhny Saint again, a very unique reversal. Slowly easing himself out of the hold. And he invented that. He invented that. And now I think Johnny Kidd must surely be starting to get a little bit frustrated. And I will say this about Johhny Saint. It does not look like he has not wrestled for more than 10 years. Not one speck of ring rust on him. And are the shoulders down? They're not down. But referee Chris Roberts getting right in there to check. And Kidd may be on the verge of submitting. Johhny Saint has his wrist tied up. Flips him over again. Kidd back on the mat. And just bending that wrist back, pulling on the fingers. And what a contest we are seeing here today. And a unique maneuver there from Kidd, but Saint lands on his feet. A double leg Nelson roll up, and just a 1 count there. And the fans here at Legends Showdown hugely appreciative of this contest. Johhny Kidd now in control. What's Saint going to do to counter this one? Oh, well, Johhny Kidd's... oh, my goodness. Johhny Saint having a little bit of fun there, and Johhny Kidd just cannot quite keep up with this veteran. Nonetheless, he is still 1 fall ahead at the end of round 3.
Seconds away, round 4.
We're going now to the second half of this contest, and Johhny Kidd still 1 fall up. A very scientific bout we are seeing here. 2 men who know each other very well. Johhny Saint, a bona fide legend of the sport. His like do not come along every day, and that is why he is so revered and so beloved, not just by the fans here in attendance tonight, not just by the thousands watching at home, but of course by all of the wrestlers here in the locker rooms today, by all of the men who came out earlier on this evening in the Legends Parade. Every single one of them looks up to this man, Johhny Saint. He has influenced the shape of British wrestling. Oh my goodness! The legendary Lady in the Lake. And he hooks him over into a pin. And Kidd kicks out the Johhny Saint special there. Famous for the move. There's a cover. And Saint finally equalizes things up in round 4. 1 fall apiece. The legendary Lady in the Lake there. Saint tied himself up into a ball.
Round 4, and equalizes for Johhny Saint.
1 fall apiece. 2 rounds remaining. And these 2 wrestlers just having a great time. Make no mistake about it, they are fighting to win, but this is a wrestling matchup. Both men want to prove to the other that they are the kings of this sport. And it's unfortunate for Steve Gray that he was too injured to compete here tonight. Nonetheless, he has got a great view of the action, serving as Johhny Kidd's corner man. And you can well believe that between rounds he is dishing out very helpful advice indeed. And strong words of encouragement for his friend, Johhny Kidd, who has very kindly stepped into this matchup at the last possible minute. Will Saint looking to hoist Johhny Kidd up? No, he doesn't. He flips him through. Kidd there with the reversal. Throws Saint into the corner. Saint goes under. It's... oh my! It's the Russ Abbott! It's the Russ Abbott! Kidd doesn't know whether he's coming or going. Flips him through. Hooks the legs. There's the cover. And Johhny Saint scores the second and winning fall there, defeating Johhny Kidd 2 falls to 1 in this, the main event of Legends Showdown. What a matchup, what a show, and what a win there for Johhny Saint. A standing ovation there for both men, Johhny Kidd and the victor Johhny Saint. A handshake there between Steve Gray and Johhny Saint.
Steve Gray.
A round of applause for Steve Gray. What a contest. What a contest. Handshakes all round.
Between my gaspings of breath, this fellow is running off my feet tonight. Let's not forget, he has already wrestled once So he deserves more credit than given him.
Indeed, it's a good point. That was Kid's second bout of the evening.
I'd just like to say how wonderful it was, after 10 years out of the ring, to come back to this lovely little town and get such a welcoming reception. Brilliant. And we want this promotion to continue. And we're very hard. We need your support, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
Well, what a performance there by Johhny Saint.
Ladies and gentlemen, Johhny Kidd just told me that when he knew Steve Gray was injured and couldn't make the match, Johhny Kidd begged the promoter and asked if he could do it, and Steve said it would be okay if Johhny would be a worthy man to step in the ring instead of you.
And he certainly was a worthy opponent.
Indeed he was. A cracking display by both men there.
One of the greatest technical matches I've ever seen in the world. Possibly ever seen again in this country. Once again, Johhny Kidd, Steve Gray, and Johhny Saint.
And fans, at the end of Legends Showdown, it is only fitting that the last man standing, the biggest legend of them all, Johhny Saint. What a show, what a matchup. Fans, we're out of time. Thank you for joining us for Legends Showdown.
Come on, one more time, you'll possibly never see him again live in action. 10-time former World Lightweight Champion, Johhny Saint. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, that brings us